Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, I will show you very quickly how you can build a custom calendar in Flutterflow. I will just show you a quick example of how this will look, what this will look like. As you probably know, Flutterflow already has a usual calendar widget, which you can use straight out of the box. But the problem there is that you can't really customize it. And for example, if you have appointments on specific dates, you can't show it on the usual calendar widget. And if you want a specific layout or something like that, you can't do it with the inbuilt Flutterflow calendar. This is what the calendar I built looks like. So you can scroll through different pages here. It always starts on a Monday, and as you see, there's days. So you can click different days, and then it appears as a gray circle. You can also see appointments. So I have a document in the background where I have a list of events, and if there is an event on a specific day, then um, we have this green badge here. So just a pretty straightforward calendar, and it's very easy to customize for you. And I will also show you how you can customize it. So let's start with how to build it. So Um, I will just explain you the principle first. What we are doing basically is we're using a grid view, which is wait a second. Um, this one? No, sorry, that's for the dates. You could also a row here, so that doesn't really matter. But for this, we're using a grid view, which is automatically populated with the days that should be shown on a specific day, month. So that's basically the principle. And we are using some custom code here to populate the grid view with the different elements. So I will just very quickly build another calendar so you see how you can do it. I will just do this very quickly without much explanation. And yeah, I'll just make this invisible. Start off with a new container. Move the height and perhaps add some padding here. And then we are going to add column because we are adding different elements on top of each other. Then a row. Here we can put in some text, and we can call it just let's call it December for now. And two icons, so we can scroll through the different months. Okay, that icon. So we have the row. Then we will add a grid with days underneath. As I said, you can also do this with a row, but I would prefer to do this with a grid too. So next you have to set the expansion of the container to this one. Otherwise, you can't add the grid view. So be sure to you put the expansion in the one with the arrow. So now we can add a grid view, and cross-axis count would be 7. We'll put this to 2. That's just spacing. And now we'll add the text to this. Font. And just do Monday. And we should center the text. So Monday, duplicate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have a like a row which shows which day is where. So next thing will be to add another grid view, and this grid view will be used for to display the days. And now we are going to, and that's actually the part where you can customize your calendar, because depending on which element you are putting here right now, your calendar will look differently. So, for example, if you want the days to be red, then put a red container in there. And if you want the days also to display like specific events or have a badge or something like that, you can also put this into this grid view. So at first you will have to add one element because we are going to populate the grid view according to one base element we're setting here. And for this occasion, we will just put a container in there. And for this container, oh, should, wait a second. So after you added here the container here, as you see now the grid view is very big, so that we actually only have this a few elements here, but it's much bigger. So in order to just make it the height of the row, you have to enable shrink wrap here. So now it looks better, and the same applies for this one. So just enable shrink wrap, and that's it. So now for this grid view, cross-axis count 7, yes, that's all good. And you also have to set the expansion to this one again, the same for this one, in order to be that size. Exactly. So now we have the container here, and we will add text here. And for this example, I will just make the text according to the days that are populated. So I will just put a 1 here, for example. So if it's the first day of the month, then a 1 will be shown here. So that's almost everything besides the custom code. Like, well, there's a few other things we will have to do. So let me think. What's the best? So to go on, I think there's three other things you will have to do. So you have to populate the widget with the days. You have to write some custom code um, to have this thing populated, and the third thing is you will have to set up some page variables in order for this to work. So the first thing will be you will have to add a currently chosen date and a current date to show page state. The first one will be the thing you are clicking here. So if I click on 14, then the currently chosen date will be 14, and the current date to show will be responsible for the month we're showing here. So um, let's start off with the current current date to show. So we will say, okay, the current date to show. We'll set this in the beginning just to the current date. So we'll put an action on the page load, update page state, and we'll set currently chosen date and current date to show to the current time. And if that's done, every time we're clicking on the page, the first uh, the date that's clicked will be the current date, and um, yeah, the one that's going to be shown. So the page, the month that's going to be shown is also going to be the current month. So now, once this is set for the actions, um, you will have to adjust this text, and you say, okay, this is going to be the um, current date to show, but the datetime format will be, we'll put a custom format here, and we'll say MMMM, so it's going to be the full month name. Okay, so and for this arrow, we want to go to the next month, and for this arrow, we want to go to the previous month. But for these two buttons, we will need some custom code. So I will put that back a bit. And this text will be sorry. First, we will have to populate the grid view now. So go to this page and just put the variable name for whatever uh, day, and the value will be custom function, and it's going to be days to show in calendar. But of course, you don't have this function yet, and I will quickly show you what this is and what this does and how it works. So that's the custom function, days to show in calendar. First, you will have to put the return value on date time and is list and not nullable, and define an argument will be the which will be the currently chosen date. Okay, which is also going to be a datetime but no list. So what you're going to see then is basically uh, something like this when you open up your project, and you will have to write this code, and I will explain to you what it does. So what we want to do now is, yeah, we have this grid view, and this grid view should populate its children according to the month and the days of the month. And as you know, some months have like 30 days, one some have 31 days. And there's one other thing, as you saw, our setup implies that every month starts with a Monday because we have the first column here with a Monday. So that's going to be another problem. And so the first element of the list that has also has always to be a Monday, okay, and the last one should be a Sunday. So because the last column is a Sunday, and we also always want to have this like all lines, okay. So um, at first, we'll say so the thing we are doing here is we are looking. Okay, is the first day a Monday of the month? So is the 1st of July, for example, a Monday? We're going to check this, and we are going to check is the last day of the month. So the whatever 30th of whatever is this a Sunday? And if yes, we can just keep the first day and the last day, and otherwise we'll have to make some changes. So the first thing we are doing here is we will set the first day to the to the argument. The argument is the currently chosen date, which in this example should be like the current month or the month that's going to be shown. And we're setting the first day to be the month, the first, so the current year or the chosen year, the chosen month, and the first day of this month. Okay, so we are going to, for example, if the chosen date is the 5th of June, then we will set the first day to the 1st of June. Okay. And the same, we're going to do the same for the last day. But for the last day, of course, we are not putting it to the 1st of July, but the last day of the month. And how you do this in Dart is you put the day to 0 and you just add a 1 to the month, and that's going to do it. So, because if you put the day at 1 at 0, you're going to access the previous month, and because we want to access actually this month, we will have to add 1 to the month we are looking at. So the month that's actually going to be used is the current one. Okay. Um, then we say by default, okay, um, we just imply that the first day of the month is going to be a Monday and that the last day of the month is going to be a Sunday. That's why we set the first Monday and the last Sunday to the um, respective value by default. Then we are initializing a list, which will be the days to show. So that's going to be the days that will be shown and will be generated by the grid view. So, and then after we set this by default, we are going to check. So if the first day, if the weekday of the first day is a Monday, then we are setting the first Monday to be the first day again. You could also just erase this line because we set this here by default. But I think it's better to keep it because um, it's more understandable, I think. Okay, and if the first day is not a Monday, then we will have to go back to the previous month. As you see here in the example, we are showing a day of the previous month here, even though we are looking at October. The same here. Yeah, we are looking at November actually, but we are seeing the 28th of October here. Okay, so that's where what we're doing here, and we are looking. Okay, um, so the first day we set is actually not a Monday, so we'll have to go back to the first Monday that we get to, and that's why we are starting a loop here, and we are checking. Okay, if the if the weekday of the first Monday is a Monday is not a Monday, then we will keep going through this loop in which we set the first Monday to one day before. Then it was to yeah we're subtracting one day, so we're continuously going back day by day to check, yeah, if it's a Monday. Okay, and yeah, we are then doing the same thing here for the Sunday, but we're adding to it, because for the Sunday we want to go forward because we want to find the next Sunday. Okay, so that's also why you are seeing here the first and the second of December of November, even though we are looking at October. And exactly. So that's why we are doing this here. So um, then after then at this line, uh, after this block, we found the first Monday we have to display and the last Sunday we have to display. So basically, we found this element and we found this element. Okay, so that's the two things we found now. And what we're doing now is we're just iterating through um, uh, from the first Monday on to the last Sunday and adding all of the elements to the list. And like this, we will have all of these elements from 13th of uh, um, uh, September to the 2nd November. Okay, and afterwards we are returning the days to show list, which is the days that should be displayed by the by the generated um, grain. So what we're going to do here now is to add the custom function days to show in calendar, and the currently chosen date will be the current date to show. Save, and as you see, there will be some things generated. By now, it's gonna display only 1 1 1 1 1. Of course, that's not what we are trying to achieve. But what we are trying to achieve is that the respective data is shown, and that's why we will have to set this text by a variable, and this variable will be the day item. Okay, like this, the respective day is going to be shown. So that's also already most stuff done. What we're going to do now is to add a custom action. And for this one, we want to add a month to the currently chosen date. So we want to go to the next month. And for this one, we want to go to the previous month. And we will have to add some custom code here too, which is actually pretty easy. So for this, you have to have a return value, date time, no list, not a non-nullable, um, date time argument, and a bool argument. We will use this one, so we can use the same function to add a month and also to subtract a month. And um, exactly. So we say, okay, if we want to add a month, then we will, well, basically add a month and return this. And if we don't want to add a month, which is this piece of line of code that's going to be executed then we will subtract a month. Okay, pretty straightforward actually. Okay, so then we will add a custom action here on tab, add action, page state, current date to show, set value, up. Custom function date is not. We want to subtract with this one because it's the one the arrow to the left. Date. Um, Date to show. Further changes, and we can copy this one and add it to the other icon on top. And for this one, it's the addition. So we put it to true, and that's it. So we can run a test right now, and oops, there are some things missing, which we will add. For example, that the days that do not belong to this month will not be shown, but we will fix this soon. And also, right now, you cannot click the um, the uh, the different days, but we will do this in a minute. So as you see, all the days are populated, but by now it looks horrible because we didn't set the date-time format. So we will do this now. Day item, um, date-time format, and we just want to show the day, so we do it custom d, and that's it. So okay, I will have to start a new session here. But in the meantime, we can continue. Um, with the gray circle which I showed in the other example. So we will wrap this text with another container, and we will make this round diameter like 30 or something like that, and child alignment center color gray, for example, and yeah, and we will say okay, if this container will only um, have this color if so we will put an if then else if the not intended, so this um if the day equals to the currently chosen day, only then it should be gray. Sorry, just set this to gray and this one in blue. So, which what I did with the other calendar too is to make this text uh, white if the background is gray and stuff like that. But I won't do that here because that's too much detail. So we did this, and we will also want to only make this text black if it actually belongs to the current month. So if you're displaying December here, we only want the days to be black, which actually belong to this December. So if there's some days of November still here, because we are, as I said, starting with the latest Monday, then we do not want to be the numbers black, but like gray or something like that. So the user sees, okay, this day actually does belong to the current month. Okay, so um 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 look. So text color again, if then else condition day item, and here we'll say a date time format. Um, duh, duh, duh. Um, we will a custom format again. Just say month equal to. Oh, we will say let's say year and month, and here again it's going to be the current date to show, datetime format, custom year month. Okay, so if the year and the month equals the currently chosen year and month, then it's going to be black, and otherwise we'll make like a light gray. Okay, yeah, I think I did a mistake here. Um, the item, yeah, because here we just set the current day, but this might work. But the datetime object also always has a time attached to it, and if the time is different here, then we'll get a mistake here. So here we will also have to say that we want a datetime format, and we will put a YMD here, so everything has to be the same: year, month, and day, and same for this one, datetime format, year, month, day, and it should work. Also, we want if we are clicking on this container, um, we want the current look, page state, currently uh, chosen date should be this week. Okay. And so if we're clicking on this container now, the currently chosen date will be, for example, the second element. Okay. So let's start again. Back again. Um, So as you see, it works. So we're seeing the all the days of December, starting with the first day being a Sunday, and the last one of December is a Tuesday. We can check this, and as you see, it works. So yeah, that's basically it. So you can scroll through the different days here. You can also add a year object here, a text on which you're displaying the year here, as I did with my other calendar, and you can. Okay, this does not work. Let me see. Probably because of reload. Currently chosen date set to this and the contain. Okay, so we made a mistake here. So here it's DMY with a slash, and here it's just YMD. So this of course has to be the same. Okay. So also this one, and now it should work. So we will hit a quick reload, and we'll see. So after this adjustment, it should work. Yes, it does. So you see, you can click the different days. Different days will be selected. You can iterate through the months and click on different items here. So that's basically it. And if you want to, so I will just delete this one and enable the other calendar again. Um, So if you want to, for example, have a label here, um, if, for example, you have an appointment on this day, just do the following: add a container here, make the visibility conditional. So we'll just show you the setup very quickly. So within this container, we have the text and another container, and this one will be conditionally visible. And say, okay, for my example, I have my events list and I will filter it by this. And if I say, okay, if there's more than one or more than zero events on this day, after filtering it, then there is. So if there's more than zero elements in this list after filtering it by the current date, that means that there's at least one event on this day or appointment or whatever. And for this reason, the badge will be shown there. Okay, so that's basically it. If you have any question or something like that, then just hit me up and hope you liked it. So I will just show you the other calendar on which I did some more tweaks. For example, the white text when the container is shown, or for example, the year should be shown on top, and yeah, that's what it looks like then. Can select the different days. What I'm going to add for this calendar soon now is when I click on this day, for example, then I will see the details of the appointment of this day. Yeah, exactly. So hope you liked it and see you next time.